This is Bella. She's an experiment.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I am finding being alive fascinating.
Bella.
Why I keep it in my mouth if it is revolting? I must go punch that baby.
I know both of you had a very kind of vigorous physical transformation in the film. Willem, you had a lot of makeup to endure, and then Mark, you've said in the Variety interview that it's a lot of padding, like to get the silhouette, like in the MCU movies.
I was well padded. The costume is such a big part of it, and that really started to inform a lot of things. You know, we were already down a road, but you put that costume on, I had like a bird chest, ass pads, eye pads, I had a corset, I had that high, stiff collar, everything was very tight, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm a cock. I'm that's what I am. And then, so the shoes, everything sort of tells you a lot about how to play it, right?
It makes perfect sense. I would have phrased that differently, though. And for me, the makeup is quite extreme, but that really helps you. It's a long preparation. You use the word endure. I preferred to take a half-full approach to it. Actually, it was a good thing, because getting into it, you see yourself disappear and you see something emerge, and it really gives you a good start to the day. And I also had prosthetic pieces on my body, for example, which made me move in a different way than I normally move. Also, the costumes are quite tailored and quite heavy fabrics. All that stuff really allows you to pretend better, to enter the character better. So God bless a production like this that gives you so much to play with.
Is it liberating to play a cad and a rake?
So liberating. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. If I could have been any more liberated, it would have been a disaster. I mean, I did have the sense that I was driving the ship as close to the reef as I could possibly get it before running aground. That was such a blast, and to have him just fall to pieces the way he does that was a really fun part. Oh.
I read that the first, it was supposed to be a screen test, and then it became a first day of shooting. And it was the scene between you two discussing the contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What was that like?
Oh, Mark.
I fell apart that day. I totally had a crisis of confidence, and I didn't know my accent anymore. I didn't know my character. I never sweat, and I was just drenched in sweat. And I could see Yorgos was like, came over, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, you want to bring someone else in? You know, should we shut down production? Should I go back to New York? And
I was there. It wasn't that bad. You may have had a crisis of confidence, but it was all there. But that crisis of confidence just took a little something off it.
It did.
If you feel that fear on every project, which you do, Mark was really feeling it. he described that feeling.
I crapped my pants.
But when you feel that over and over and over again, you know it'll pass. So it's not as acute as it might seem. But he can only admit that now because he's so great in the movie and he took such a leap.